Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about how you can start your own online coaching business for yourself for free. And by the way, this is part 2 of a 4-part series. So if you didn't watch part 1 yet, ooh man, that was a flub. But if you didn't watch part 1 yet, go ahead, click on that right now, right here, so that way you can get caught up in where we're at in the process. Today we're going to be talking about your marketing strategy, and in the last video we talked about sales. And all this is based off of the information and strategies that I use to create my coaching program, that I also teach my coaching program, the Bout Blueprint, which by the way, as I mentioned before, is open for enrollment. So if you're ready to go ahead, skip the line, skip the free content, and learn specifically what it's going to take for you to go from where you're at to where you want to be and jump over all the obstacles in the way, go ahead, click on the calendar link in the video description below so you and I can set aside to talk and discuss those things and figure out the best path for you. If you're a good fit for the program, we'll talk about what that looks like. If not, we'll point you in the right direction and get things rolling for you so that way you don't have to bounce around back and forth on the internet trying to figure it out yourself, right? Because that's frustrating and I don't want to do that, right? I don't want you to do that. So we're going to help you in this video and in that call to make sure that you can get on the right path and do the right work and save yourself a little bit of time and frustration, right? So let's get into today's video with all that said. Now, we already know that I'm making this video series so that way you can really see how easy it is to take control of your career and use your existing knowledge and passion to create a fulfilling lifestyle for yourself, teaching people something that you're already passionate about, which ideally would be something that you have no problem researching in your off time, have no problem spending more time learning about and diving deeper into, especially once you created your MVP, your minimum viable product that we talked about in video 1, right? That's going to be, like I said, the thing that carries you throughout this whole thing. And once you have that offer, we need to get into how to get that offer into other people's hands, how to get people aware of that offer. I always tell people that you can have the best product in the world, but if nobody knows about it, then who's going to buy it, right? Like if you can have the best bread in the world, you can have the best, whatever food, running shoes, this, that, and the other product, coaching program, the best methods. But again, if you don't know about it, people don't know about it, how are you going to get it out to people? How are you going to sell it? How are you going to maintain the ability to run that program or that offer? So today, it's all about marketing strategy. And this is the marketing strategy that I use that allowed me to spend $0, but still create a 6-figure monthly, or not 6 figures monthly, but a 6-figure income based off of my monthly income so far with my free program. And I'm using, all the tools that I'm using are free, by the way. I'm not paying for any of the tools that I'm using. Like my phone is not an out-of-pocket expense, my computer's not an out-of-pocket expense, the internet that I have is not out-of-pocket, and other than that, it's just knowledge and using free tools. So today, we're going to talk about how you can market your business, how you can build attention and interest towards your program for absolutely free. And what's the best place to market something for free? Social media. So we're going to dive into social media marketing today, and that is going to be based off of the research that you did in the last video. So we want to take that market research, that niche research, and figure out what makes us unique, right? Before we even get into creating content, before we pick a platform to go on, we want to look back at our research and figure out what makes us unique, right? How do we stand out? And then also use that to create our ideal audience and do a little bit of research on that, right? So if we already figured out, okay, we want to serve, for example, if we're still helping people become better auditioners, we want to serve, let's just say, breakdancers, right? Our ideal audience is breakdancers. They're getting into the industry, so their age range should be about, maybe 18 to 22, right? Ideally, you want to create a customer avatar with this information and create a specific person, create a specific age. But if you can't come up with a specific age, a short age gap also works. So we're going to go with 18 to 22, right? 18 to 22, you want to figure out their demographics, which is what makes up who they are physically, and you want to go into their psychographics, which is what makes up them physically, or mentally. There you go. Your psychographics is what makes up a person mentally. So physically, what age are they? What gender are they? Where are they from? Where do they currently live? All those different things, right? What's their background and what makes up their physical makeup? What do they, how do they look? How do they dress? All that stuff. And then you want to get into their psychographics, which is like, okay, what's the type of movies that they watch? What religion are they? What ideology do they have? What's their just overall background? right? What are some of the things that are they dating? Are they single, married, whatever? All of those little details. And you want to basically create a character profile as if you're going to create a character like in a video game, right? You want to figure out what they overall look like, so that way you know how to communicate with them as if they're a normal person, right? As if you're going to call up one of your friends and tell them something, or like share something with them based off of who they are, what they love to do, and where they want to go, right? So create that customer avatar. And I know some of those things might sound super specific, and you want to get super specific, and some of you might be saying, oh, well, like I can help more than just one type of person. I get that, but be patient. Create a customer avatar based off of one specific person, because when you do this, just know that you're going to be able to attract more than just that one person, right? Just like you have friends that have common interests, but they don't have everything in common, right? There's a couple different variables. And same thing here. If you're targeting 18 to 22-year-old guys that are from the East Coast but moved to LA and love Denzel Washington movies and Channing Tatum and Step Up, right? Just throwing random stuff out there. You can create that character profile, but there's going to be other people. There's also going to be girls that might be in the same age range that loves those things, that connect with you. Okay, there might be people that might not like Channing Tatum, but they like Denzel Washington movies and they want to be in the industry, right? There's all these different things that people might have in common with your customer avatar that will also resonate with them as well. But creating your customer avatar and focusing on a specific person is going to help give you clarity, which is going to be the one thing that you need through all of this, right? Clarity in who you're talking to and how you communicate with people, so that way when you make content, you have the utmost confidence and people feel more confident in you, right? So with that said, go ahead, put together your customer avatar, figure out all the details from there, and then once you have that together, you can start to figure out what the right social media platform would be for you to start marketing your product, okay? So if you're focusing on someone that's a little bit younger, right, in their early 20s, teens, things like that, TikTok's probably gonna be your best bet, yeah? And then you also have people that are a little bit older that like their content a little bit more produced. Maybe they're a little bit more bougie, maybe they just like things, aesthetic of things. Instagram is probably going to be your platform. And then if you have maybe dance parents, right, that are helping their kids get in the industry, become better auditioners, maybe Facebook is going to be a good platform for you, right? Facebook groups, things like that, where people are diving in, a lot of solopreneurs and a lot of people that are kind of bootstrapping, doing things themselves. They tend to go in Facebook groups and research a lot of stuff, okay? And then if your audience is a little bit more on the professional side, then LinkedIn, that's a great place for you to go. And there's other platforms as well, but those are going to be the top 4 social media platforms that you can put short form content, whether it be like a short written piece of content like you would on Facebook or LinkedIn, or short form content like TikTok, or short form video content like TikToks and Instagram Reels. But I would encourage you to start with YouTube, right? Because you have these short form pieces of content, which we'll get into, which we'll loop back into a second. But if you start with YouTube, it's less of a social media platform and more of a search engine, right? So if you put together a video that says the 3 things you need to know to kill every audition, right? Then create that, put that on YouTube. When someone goes on YouTube looking for information on how they can become a better auditionee, they're gonna be like, how do I do better auditions? Right? And they're gonna find your video through search. And that video is gonna be able to last longer on a platform because it's searchable, right? You can have videos from 7 years ago pop up first on the list because that's what people search for, versus Instagram or TikTok. You kind of just see videos that have been posted up from the past 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, right? And then it kind of dies off, gets buried by other new content. So YouTube, for that reason, is great. And also, you can create longer content, right? You can fully flesh out your ideas and not be limited to a 30, 60, or 90-second piece of content like those other programs or other platforms. You can create a long piece of content, fully flesh out your idea, and then take the best clips, the golden nuggets from that long piece of content, and then turn those into Reels, into TikToks, or transcribe them into a short blog post or a short Facebook post, short LinkedIn post, whatever, right? So go ahead, get on YouTube. You're the most searchable there, and allows you to unpack your ideas, which you can then turn that into multiple pieces of short form content, which then you can kill the game and run things over, and you won't be attached to your phone all the time. You can put out one video a week, turn that into 5 different pieces of content over one or multiple of the other platforms that we mentioned before, okay? So go ahead with that. And once you've got your YouTube together, and you also figured out what the best social media platform with short form content would be for you, you want to go ahead and focus on figuring out what the tools are that that platform has. So with Instagram, you have stories, right? You have lives, you have reels, you have carousel posts, and you want to start to figure out exactly how you can use all of these tools to best get your message out there, right? And this is going to be a skill. This is going to be something that you build up over time. You want to learn how to create good content, and using long form content is going to be great for that. But you also want to learn how to distribute that content in the proper manner. So use stories for a lot of behind the scenes footage, right? Get people to draw in, make a connection with you. You want to use reels for more exposure because you have a lot of visibility with reels. Reels are something going to be pushed. Going live is going to be where you can display your expertise and create and nurture these connections with your following based around what it is that you're trying to help them achieve, because you can have real-time conversations. Right? And then, so on and so forth. So figure out all the different types of tools that you have on each platform, figure out how to best use them, and then go ahead, figure out what the best workflow is for you to create content for these different tools that you're given, right? And with that, in your content, you want to make sure that you are focused on creating educational content. If you're a coach, you want to educate the people. There's a saying that you should go ahead and give away your best stuff, but sell your okay stuff, right? And what that's gonna do by giving away your most effective content, most effective information, what it's gonna do is give you more trust and authority in your market, right? And if you're consistent, if you consistently show up with good information, good content, the content that people can resonate with, then that is going to build familiarity, right? And when you build familiarity, you build authority, and you reinforce that trust, then people are going to be magnetized to you, and it's going to be so much easier to sell your program once you get people on a call, right? And we're going to talk about that in the next video. But you want to focus on building that authority. And a good way to think about everything is prioritizing value over fame, right? We don't need to get a lot of followers. Getting followers is naturally going to happen. You do want to get a lot of followers over time, but you don't need to get a lot of followers in order to create a successful coaching program, okay? What you need is to build up that goodwill bank account, right? Reciprocity. You want to give people good information that they can actually use, help them get results for free just by watching your content, right? They might not be paying you in money, but they're paying you in their time, so give them a little something for that time. And when you build up that goodwill bank account, you can cash in later, okay? So focus on that, prioritize giving value over getting fame, over getting attention, and that is what's going to build your attention. That's going to build your trust. That's going to build your authority, your familiarity, and everything that you need in order to make a really easy sale once you get them in your sales funnel, which is what we're going to talk about in the next video. But that said, that's pretty much the whole marketing strategy right there, right? That is how you generate attention and buying interest around your program. And that starts with research. You got to do the groundwork. You got to do the deep work of what it is that makes you stand out, what the industry is doing, and also who your customer is, what their pain points are, what makes them them, what they want, where they're at, where they want to be, and what's getting in the way, so that way you can deliver that specific outcome from your minimum viable product or that MVP. So that said, that's going to end it for the marketing strategy in today's video. If you found value in this video, go ahead, give me a thumbs up, give me a subscribe. You know how that goes. And if you're ready to go ahead and skip this line, skip the free content, and take your business a little bit more seriously, go ahead, click on that booking link in the calendar below, so that way we can figure out where you're at, where you want to be, and a specific roadmap that's going to help you get to your goals, and also see if you would be a good fit for the program. Because if you are, there's no reason why you shouldn't sign up and cut the line, save yourself some time, give yourself a little bit of peace of mind, and know that you're doing the right thing to get to where you are. Okay, so that said, I'm going to end the video right there. Next, we're going to be talking about your sales funnel, and that's basically going to be the art of how to turn attention from this social media strategy into cash, and that's what we all want to make, right? We want to get to the cash part, and then we're going to get into that secret sauce that we've been talking about this whole time, right? That one thing that's going to make you stand out well above the rest of the industry. All right, so stick around for that. Again, this is a 4-part series. If you didn't watch those parts, go ahead, click back. But to go ahead and click into the next video, I believe we have a thumbnail right here. So go ahead and click that right now, and I will see you there.